Sometime after the events of the previous episode, Raife Hastings meets with Jed Haverford at the CIA as they each relay their accounts about what happened. Raife maintains that Haverford is the true enemy, but the nearly retired operative, knowing the former SEAL has no evidence, laughs it off. Afterward, he leaves the agency behind, officially retired, and with seemingly no repercussions for his crimes. The episode then pivots back to Mosul, Iraq, where James Reece reads a letter from Ben, who explains his actions, noting that he wouldn't change anything and maintaining that the teams were truly his only family. Ben's narration continues as we see Ben riding through the German countryside, arriving at a safe house where his voiceover notes that someone had to hold them accountable, the them here being those responsible for this entire mess. Ben fortifies his temporary accommodations for a potential invasion, and Reece continues to read the letter even as he and Boozer find their way to Frankfurt. Ben is clearly preparing for war, and although neither Mohammed Mo Farouk, Jules Landry, nor Tal Varon are in sight, it's clear that whatever plan they concocted after being burned by Haverford is in action. One of these nights, as Ben waits for the other shoe to drop, he watches old videos of himself with his wife, Amy, whom he hasn't seen in some time. After emailing her confirming their divorce, he apologizes for never making it home. Back in Frankfurt, Reece wanders the streets, still thinking about Ben's letter. Almost instantly, Ben appears to him. Reece explains to Ben that Raife is trying to clear their names, reminding him that he doesn't have to carry the weight alone, but that's sort of Ben's whole thing. When this ends, and it will, he tells Reece, and you want the truth, don't go through Hastings. It's clear that there is still some bad blood between Ben and Raife, but nothing could be further from the truth between him and Reece, as he thanks his best friend for always believing in him. That night, Ben speaks with Tal over an online chess match program. They go over a plan, and Tal hits the right buttons to put Ben, and therefore the nuclear bearings they stole back from the Iranian Prime Minister, back on the grid. This immediately catches the eye of both Haverford and Cyrus Rahimi, who make their own plans to find him and retrieve the bearings. It doesn't take very long before we see several vehicles make their way toward Ben's safe house. Almost like clockwork, the SUVs begin to set off his traps, prompting an explosion that alerts Ben to their presence. The QRF team quickly recovers, and a firefight breaks out after Ben rains bullets on them from afar. Clearly outnumbered, Ben has prepared for this and escapes into the basement of the house. Expecting their invasion, he dug a tunnel all the way to the other end of the property. But before he leaves the house, he sets a final trap that blows up the entire house, and many of the operators with it. With the rest in disarray, Ben regroups and begins sniping the rest of the QRF team, who quickly close back in on him.